Our God is a good God, merciful Father, and faithful Father, who has brought us to this brand new day. My name is Akinkunmi Thomas. I pastor one of our parishes called RCCG Living Bread, Newcastle. And today we'll be looking at the open heavens as authored by the General Overseer of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, Pastor Adeboye. And our topic today is cruelty, exploitation, and stealing. Our Bible passage, Ephesians chapter 4, verse 25 to 29. Therefore, putting away lying, let each one of you speak truth with his neighbor, for we are members of one another. Be angry and do not sin. Do not let the sun go down on your wrath, nor give place to the devil. Let him who stole steal no longer, but rather let him labor, working with his hands what is good, that he may have something to give him who has need. Let no corrupt word proceed out of your mouth, but what is good for necessary edification, that it may impart grace to the hearers. Our memory verse, Ephesians chapter 4, verse 28. Let him who stole steal no longer, but rather let him labor, working with his hands what is good, that he may have something to give him who has need. Our reflections. Ephesians chapter 4:32 says, instead, be kind to each other, tender-hearted, forgiving one another, just as God, through Christ Jesus, has forgiven you. Treat others as you will have them treat you. This is a hallmark of Christianity. Be kind to people, even when they are unkind to you. That way, you set an example for them, and you become a representative of the Christian faith. As we take a look at kindness, we need to realize that it is something that comes from within that will manifest outward in what we say and what we do. When we say that someone is kind, we don't usually mean they are kind to themselves, but that they are kind to others. So what we see is that kindness involves our relationships. Reflect for a minute on all the people that you have in your life, your spouse, your kids, your in-laws, your friends, strangers, anyone you come in contact with. How are your relationships with these people? If they were asked, would they say you're a kind person? In today's society, it is very easy to come across those who are not kind. If you haven't met many unkind people, you must not get out much. Think about Christmas time. It should be the most loving time of the year. And yes, sometimes that's when we see to encounter all those unkind people that come out from under the unkind rocks. Christ wants us to be different. He doesn't want Christians to be crawling out from behind unkind rocks. We are not to be like those in this world, but our words and actions should be a light to lost souls. And our verse says, be ye kind one to another. The next thing in the verse listed along with being kind is tender-hearted. When we start being tender-hearted, it is easy to be kind. We start looking at the world with new eyes, which are full of compassion. If our hearts are tender, it means that they are easily touched and sensitive. If we are sensitive to those around us, we start seeing their needs instead of our own. It in turn makes our actions towards them more kind. Our action point for today: examine your relationship with your employer or employees. Carry out restitution on any act of cruelty, exploitation, or stealing. And as you do that, the Lord will bless you. I want to encourage you, be kind-hearted, be tender-hearted. Don't be filled with bitterness. Don't be full of vengeance. Just love your neighbor. Be kind to them. Those who have nothing even to give you, be kind to them. And as you do that, you will see people will look at your life and they will say you look like Jesus. And it's my prayer for you that you will look like your master. You will talk like him. You will walk like him. You will behave like him. And people will see God's glory in your life. May the Lord bless you as you walk with a kind heart and a spirit that's filled with meekness. God bless you. Enjoy the rest of your day. See you again. Bye for now.